one. We're on time or really bad?
First two are a little long.
See, guys, it's not just me.
Well, I think, I mean, a lot of things are the same, so we'll be able to move a little quicker because I don't need to explain the same thing over and over on the curve. And I think that's why it's good we're all listening to everyone because we learn from everyone. Okay, just go normal and don't try to impress us. Just go a lot. That's good. Yeah, again, it means you have to go, man. I'm like, you can tell that, you know, like, you can tell you guys are a lot more aware of audible moves and a lot more aware of your body and a lot more aware of acceleration and being connected, you know, it's good. So I think with you, again, you're like tender. Tender meaning like your body is not developed yet. Okay, I don't know what do you understand for tender in English, but tender means you know, you are not like, you're like a puppy. You're not yet like to be a racing horse. So what I'm saying is your body is not developed yet. So what I see, for example, is, you know, when you want to grab the load, you are a lot too on the shoulders, and I think it's because you are not strong enough. I mean, if I could put 20 pounds on you, and I put them here on muscle, you will be a lot more powerful. Okay? So I think is that as you get stronger, and if you can get some weight, and then get stronger on your core, you're going to feel a lot more solid on the stroke, and that's a process. Okay? So what I will say with you is, you engage well with the legs, is don't rush the slide, the stroke rate, try to learn to be consistent, and try on everyone to learn to produce that curve and that number with as little effort as you can, which is very hard. So now, if, for example, let's say that we are going to pick 600, okay? Or let's say 550. I want you to row and put here a 550 and do it as easy as you can. Let's start rowing. So you will see a number here, and I want that number to be 550.
Okay, got it.
So you see, as soon as I say 550, you are not that forced, correct? You can play with that. So I think it's going to be very important to find a curve and a number that they are comfortable. So it's work, but and I think it's going to be between 500 and 600. You know, I think the best athletes will be able to be closer to 600 to maintain it sustainable. And the weaker athletes are not as strong yet, or not as consistent, closer to 500. For example, with you, I will say, okay, let's start with 520, for example, and I'll sit with a chair here, and I say, okay, give me 520, give me 520. You give me 550, say, why you give me 550? I need just only 520. But then you give me 480, I say, that's not enough, just 520. I'm learning to be on 520, and then when you hit 520 consistently, then I will say, okay, now I want 520, and I want you to be able to be talking to me. Oh, I cannot talk, it's too hard. Okay, so you are not making it easy. So I want you to find how you can produce 520 with a posture and a hang and an efficiency that makes it easier, okay? So learning a little about what are the parts of your body that are stronger. Right now, every one of you goes to the catch and just push with everything he has to kind of survive. But it's about being more aware of what makes this number come and ways to learn to just... You want to see a number and then learn to do that number as easy as possible. You want to learn to be lazy in your stroke. So when you go hard, you're going to go faster. Makes sense or not? So it is a question of learning what are the levers and the positions you are where you can get the most out of you. Okay? So for you also, because you're growing and you're getting stronger, I need you a lot of repetitions where you get engaged and then you pride, engaged, pride, engaged, pride. Make sense?
Yeah.
So what I will say is, if you are drawing the curve, I will wanna, after 5 minutes of drawing the curve, I will say, okay, is your lower back hurting? Yes, good, you're sitting up. Is your glutes hurting? Yes, good, you are using them. Is your shoulders hurting? Yes, bad, you are too tense there. So what I will want is over time, when you're engaging all these parts, realizing that you're learning to engage the good parts and relaxing the others. So that when you're in the water, you will be a lot more aware of your body parts. Make sense or not?
Yeah, the part that doesn't make sense, you said you want like repetition, so engage and try just over, like repetition just in...
So what I'm saying is, yes, so if repetition means strokes over strokes. So if you're taking strokes, and now you're doing in a position that is making you stronger because you're engaged. So what repetition will do is that a lot of repetitions engage get you stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, and pry means you take the load and you pry it against that load, like what you were doing, producing acceleration, and that's where you get strong on the muscles that you need to. Okay? So what I'm saying is there is nothing bad in your stroke, but if I want it better, I need to make you stronger. A lot of the things that are not giving you speed is because you are too tender. What I'm saying, you are not strong enough yet. But you need to make yourself stronger. And to make yourself stronger is about like what you said, repetition, engagement, and consistency. And repetition every time, you know, like is about, I mean, if you want to write well, you write well by practicing, correct?
Yeah.
So your core won't get stronger if you don't engage it. So what the good thing about these strokes, what makes is engage the right parts of your body will get you faster on the water. Okay? But in a very individual way.
Okay.
Make sense or not?
Yeah.
Change.
Okay. No, it's good. I mean, it's just you need to keep going. You need to work. You are what year are you?
Junior.
Junior. So you have 2 years. Yeah, so that's plenty. So if I see you next year, I need to see you stronger.
Okay, got it.
So that's exactly. Good. And eat.
Okay, got it.
Well, you just get stronger, you know, your rivals are going to be big. So for you, I think you don't have a problem of strength. You're strong enough. Like I'm saying, like if we're racing at the national championships and we're on the final, I don't think they'll beat us because they're stronger than you, or at least the one you need to pair with on the other ball will be as strong as you. So I think it's about how we can get more out of you. So I think it's one very key when you're on this machine, consistency. You want to be like a clock, like a little like talk with her, and you can sit up a little more. So when we're talking about sitting up, is about understanding that if think about your umbilical cord, okay? So or think about here in the middle of your sternum, okay? So if your sternum, the closer is your sternum from the seat, or the further you can send the sternum away from the seat, the more you grow over your knees. So when you come to the catch here, and I'm always talking about relaxed shoulders. If you can grow from here, you know, you can grow from here, but not from the shoulders, from here, and you can from pressure on the glutes and on the lower back, you're going to have more leverage to suspend and to be powerful. So what I want is that you learn through strokes here, hold, and this is a coordination thing, hold the arrival to the catch, because there is a speed of the slide coming to the catch, okay? And there is a change of direction. So you are going to, what you need to time well is the arrival to the catch, and as you are arriving, you are growing, and you are going to jump on the feet and grab the low, hold that transition on the curve when it starts building, that the build of the curve is when there starts being pressure here. Hold that. When you are higher and you are more in control, it becomes smoother and it becomes easier with the same power. Okay? The other thing is, if you suspend well at the front, you're going to feel like you can drive more, and we haven't talked about that. You're going to drive your hips. So in an elite athlete, what I will ask is, okay, now what I want is that when you jump, you move. The first thing you move is you roll it horizontal. So you are going to move the seat away, taking the handle with you, but I don't want the shoulders to get on top of the hips. I want you to drive horizontal, so the second part we can really swing aggressive with body and arms. So with you will be more about learning how to use the glutes better and be more horizontal, and then have that swing very aggressive. And at the end, when you're seeing that kind of fading here, to be able to time that finish more powerful and more like a clean, like it is like kind of, you have pressure on the blade, and then there is a moment there is no pressure. It's not that the pressure fades. The good athletes are, boom, they go out. They have pressure, and then they time it, and the blade comes out. As soon as they release pressure, the blades go out. Which what you see here is that the curves drops like that, doesn't fade. So the only way you can change that fading to a drop is by timing it better. On the stationary machine, there is no timing. It's all fading. So by nature, you're going to be fading. But on the boat, the fading destroys the change of direction and destroys high rates. Because what builds rate is a good firm finish from the whole eight together, finishing the stroke at once, the timing. So that's something you can start working here, to be more boom, boom. You have it, and then there is a moment, you just let it go. So one exercise that would be good for you is, as you are rowing, you row like, for example, you try to row now, try to row and then release the stroke here. Like row legs, body, and then as soon as you start breaking the arms, release. You decide when you release, but with pressure on the Yeah, it's good. Let's do that again. You see that drop? So keep doing that. So you see now, they're finishing the stroke when you decide to finish it. It has pressure and you stop, you release. So I want the finish to be more like that. It's coming and boom. It's not like It's more like boom. You have it, let it go. Have it, let it go. Not like let it go because you're losing it. And that's why when the boat, everyone lets go together is when the boat just gets out of the blocks at 50. Because it's like change direction so together. When it fades, the boat collapses, and it's very difficult to build rates. So I think as a team, you learn, and this is a good drill, to let it go early to learn that feel, and then you will get it closer to your body. Now here, and then you will start losing it. Come back here. Make sense? And then trying to feel it all together. Okay, that's good. So, and try to be a little more relaxed on your shoulders. And you know what I said, if you're stronger here, more relaxed on your shoulders. And learn about, to do that, you need to have good suspension. So you're grabbing it well. You're doing it well. What now I need is to bring it over the whole stroke, which is more challenging. And then when you have it, to be able to do it every stroke for 15 minutes. You know, if the coach tells you, okay, 15 minutes, rate 18, 600 joules on it. You know, it's not like in 10 minutes he comes and you are, you know, like already like down and not, you know, like you keep, you know, you don't tell him, oh, it's too easy, I can do 650. No, do 600 and do it for 30 minutes. Like, because we're not going to lose the, you know, we might lose the race on the second 1,000 because we break apart. So, you know, to win a race, you need to be fast out of the start but good all 2,000 meters. Because you need to maintain the speed, and that's hard. Okay, good. No, it's fine. You changed. No, I'm saying we're done.
Get up, Gretchen. Get up.
No, it was good. It's much better than last year. Gretchen, better than last year. Good. Well, no, I'm saying there is progress on. I think you are more skilled. I don't know if you're stronger, but you're more skilled, which is good. What I'm saying is, you know, for you, the better you can become is very important for the boat, because you're a big element of the boat. So don't, and also, like, the good rowers over there are very good too. So you need to become really aware of what we're talking, because that will make the boat faster. Not just pulling harder, you know, I already know you pull hard. But you need to, or you're fit, but you need to be able to bring that into more efficiency. Okay. You're trying to, because you're not very tall, what you want to be is looser here, and then bring the shoulders. So one of the things that is going to help you with length, or to be a little longer at the front, is to relax your shoulders, and don't let, you see, hold, like, and now tend your shoulders, and then bring them back. So by the shoulder being here, relax your shoulders, but bring them back, the shoulder, yeah, or bringing, like, do that. Move the shoulder up and down, yeah. So you want to curve that shoulder here,
okay,
and then bring your elbows closer there, okay? So you're strong. So what is important for you now is to be strong in the catch position and to maintain that position.
okay.
So what I want is, instead of obsessing about rowing longer, I want you to find a position where you can be, wherever the length is, you can be strong. And in order to be strong at the catch, you need to be in a position where you're in control. So obviously, like, you know, for you, rushing a little bit like to the catch is going to help you to get length. So you are not going to be trying to slow down at the catch, you want to let yourself go. But on the other hand, what I want to be sure is, as soon as the blade hits the water, you have the load, you don't lose it. Okay? So I want you to feel like you are in a strong, you are like loose. So I don't want you to be tense before the load comes. I want you to go, find it, and when you find it, tense.
Okay.
So don't be already like too tense before the two catches. So try to relax a little, and you'll get longer. Yeah? That was better. Yeah? Yeah? And more relaxing to the top of you. Relaxing to all the shoulders. Don't engage until you have it. Okay, stop. So wait till you stop. Yeah? And you feel strong?
Yeah.
So the thing is, you have the skill to don't. So a lot of people get tense too early because they don't have the skill, or they don't know where the load is going to come. But you have the skill. So one is, the load is not going to come until the blade hits the water and finds load. So you don't need to get tense getting the blade in or getting the blade to load. As soon as it's low, you will feel it and then you engage. Make sense? That will give you extra length because you're going to be loose. If you get tense before the catch, it's going to be very difficult to get that extra length that is going to help you a lot. Make sense? So when I saw you, for example, this morning, I see like when the rate goes up, you get 2/10, and you need to be looser because you have the skill. So I think what you don't need to change anything. I think what you need to understand is the length you're getting, it needs to be more powerful. By when you get it, you need to be in a strong position. So that by being more relaxed is going to help you. So here is easier than on the water because here there is no balance and there is no blade control. So what I want is that you really practice here about being loose and finding it. Being loose and finding it. So if you're loose, your elbows and shoulders are going to be like not here. And then they'll engage. Like what you were doing it right. You felt different?
Yeah.
It felt like, I don't know, looser.
Okay. So you need to work on that. Okay? And then the rest is good. So what I want is like you feel like when you find the load, you price against that load. And then you are like, and you're very relaxed and very methodical. Like a good stroke is a stroke that when you hit the water, you're in a very strong position. Like if you hit the water in a very weak position, and it doesn't make the ball go fast. What makes the ball go fast is that there is pressure from the blade. Does this make sense? If I need to lift 300 pounds and I'm not in a strong position, there is no way I'm going to do it, correct? So the thing is, the amount of power you need to put on the boat to go fast at nationals, to win nationals, is a lot. So you need to understand that you need to be in strong positions and you need to be able to produce pressure there. Okay? And this is going to give you good feedback for that. Good effort, you're strong. So what I want is like, which year are you? Okay, so you have 2 years. So what I want is first thing, take the handle and then I want you to be relaxed more relaxed on the grip. So let's think that, so rowing fast is about whatever you have, you make the boat go fast, okay? So by going harder, you're not going to beat the other people. They go hard too. So what we need to, and you go hard. You're a hard worker. You really want it. So now you need to become like smarter of what you have. So what I'm saying is, what I want is when you get on this machine, what I want is like you're going to be drawing a curve, and you're going to learn like nobody's testing you, nobody's looking at you, nobody's telling you if it's good or bad. What I want is like you learn how to produce that amount of, 550 or whatever, how easy you make it in yourself. Because what I'm worried about you is like you're the kind of athlete that will go in a race, start, and go as hard as you can, but then at the 1,000 you're done. Because you've been too hard. Because you're so aggressive and you're so competitive. So you say, Coach, this is good or bad? And I say, well, this is not the best we can get out of you. I'm saying, and I haven't seen you race, but I say that's a mistake a lot of athletes make. They just want it so much and they are so aggressive that they over push themselves. They row like too out of control and they don't take control of themselves. So this is going to help you with that. And what I'm saying is, I want you to become more, and this is for everyone too. It's not just her. Like everyone is clicking different things on my head. Like it's not like. I don't know you, I don't know like how you race or anything, but that's something that comes to me. So if you were a rower like that, or that many of them can be or not. I don't know even if you are or not. What I will want is, okay, I want you to learn about what is that pace you need to produce the maximum, and also I want you to engage use the parts of the body that make it go fast, not everything. So let's try now to row. And then one thing I'm going to ask you is, I want you to row and row at 400. One thing is, no, it's fine. It's normal. I mean, you feel like I coach an athlete that now is on the national team that used to put the finger here, and it made sense. It gave him a sense of power. But the problem is, like, the power is produced over your hips. You only hang through that. That, the only thing that does is connects the handle to the feet. But the power doesn't come over here. This is just the way you grab the load and you try it through here. So you have that tendency to take to everything on the shoulders and on the hands. And what I want is that you feel more like if you're hanging out of a bar and you try to use better your hips and your core. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now relax your hands. So now, like, if you push a little on your feet and totally relax your shoulders, push a little with your feet, relax. So and let your body stretch. Relax. Yeah. No, less. A little, not push that much. Let's stretch yourself more. No, but not to the slide. Stretch. So bring the shoulders together. And no, the opposite. Bring them here. Yeah. And push with the. Yeah. Don't shoot the slide. So keep pushing. Like bring the handle to you. But don't bring the shoulders. No? Let the shoulders down. And then push. Relax. Like that. If you do it right, you will do that. Because I'm stretching you. Now you're bringing your shoulders. So think about, like, is or that or that.
You want me to do the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No?
So am I supposed to be going like, no?
You are supposed to relax that, and then as you push here and this doesn't move, this will come closer together. A little better? Yeah? So what do you feel different?
My shoulders.
What do you feel different?
I feel like higher.
Higher, but it should be lower down.
Okay.
So in your case, it's about, it's fine. It's about learning to hang out of the handle and not be that tense. And being more here. Okay? So let's try to row a little and think about that. Fingers on the top. Yeah? Now move them all the way to the top. Move them like that, relax. Yeah? Now move the fingers all the way to the top. You have to moving them. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, feels a little different. What do you feel? Okay, more relaxed, more calm. Okay, good. So I think you can work on that. You'll find a lot more power on the whole stroke by being more calm and being more not that tense early. A little like when we were talking with her, and I think it will be longer. Okay, you're too tense, but that was good. Okay, and then everyone in the recovery, you don't need to be tense in your hands. You need to be loose, you know. So sometimes to learn that, you can move your fingers on the recovery, okay? So if you come, just take a few, come here. Just drop yourself here. And then drop yourself. And now, no, just, yeah, but don't touch the ground. Okay, now let's see that. You will totally let yourself go. No, I'm just saying the only way to do hold it for the means is totally relaxing your arms, not tensing them at all. Makes sense or not?
Yeah.
You're actually tense.
Yeah.
And you just need to drop and do nothing. Like that.
But it's not that I'm aware that I need to.
See, now you're just equivocating.
Well, that's the problem. When you're rowing, so this is like you need, but the problem is you want to tense,
Yeah.
and that's killing your stroke. You need to be relaxed so you can be more powerful. And this is, it was hard for you to do here. You were already, you need to do that a little. And that's a little what I was trying to practice there, you know, to be like more loose here and stretch. When you find the low, let your body stretch.